Good afternoon. Good afternoon. This is Charles Coachman. Charles Coachman, and this is Bay Area Let's Talk. Bay Area Let's Talk. We just finished up with an interview with Justin Benton, even though I had his name spelt wrong. Justin Benton of CBD 101 CBD. And what a great guy he was. You should catch that. But I wanted to come back on and just go over this day in music, or this day in rock. But it is just a lot of music. I just wanted to go through this real quickly because there was a lot of stuff that happened today in music history. And I'm going to go ahead and start right now. This day in 1956, Elvis Presley made his first ever television debut with a national audience. He was a guest on Tommy and Jimmy Dorsey's stage show. He did it for 4 weeks, getting paid $1,250 per performance. He performed Shake, Rattle, and Roll, Shake, Rattle, and Roll, and some other great songs, Flip, Flop, and Fly. But from this, the great one, Jackie Gleason, said, this man's going to make it. No, actually what he said is this kid will not last. I love Jackie Gleason. But you know what? I'm glad he was wrong on this one. That kid did last. Not as long as we'd have loved him to, but the king lasted a good long time. So today in 1956, Elvis Presley. That's been a few years back. 65 years? Something like that. The Who today in 1965 appeared on the TV show Ready, Steady, Go. And they played I Can't Explain. I Can't Explain. What a great song that was. This day in 1965, the Moody Blues were #1 in the UK. #1 on the UK charts with Go Now. Go Now. What an awesome song that was. That is actually, I'm not a big Moody Blues fan, but they had a couple of songs that I just really loved. And so Go Now, back in 1965. In 1966, the Cavern Club in Liverpool closes. It's run up debts of £10,000 and just can't pay him. The club became world famous as one of the Beatles' earliest venues. It has since reopened, and you can visit it online at this point, or once it's reopened, you'll be able to go and visit it in Liverpool. And they have a lot of different bands that come through there, mostly cover bands that come through. But what a great piece of history. I'm glad they were able to save it. I'm glad they didn't destroy it. So the Cavern Club on this date in 1966. On this date in 1968, one of my favorite lead singers, an unfortunate and tragic case of Jim Morrison of the Doors. He was arrested and charged with public drunkenness after harassing a security guard at a Las Vegas adult movie theater. Jim Morrison, you were a bad boy, but you were one heck of a singer. On this date in 1969, the Beatles cut their singles Get Back and Don't Let Me Down. Cut those singles so they could be released. On this date in 1969. On this date in 1975, returning to the charts. After many years away, Neil Sedaka, Laughter in the Rain. you know what? 1975, I was a junior in high school. And Neil Sedaka, I still liked you from those early hits, even before I was alive. I still liked you. I loved your music, actually. Still do. Now, on this date in 1978, the Doobie Brothers guest starred on an episode of What's Happening? What's Happening? Everyone remembers Rerun, the Dancing Fool. On this episode, they played Echoes of Love and Little Darling. It's a great little episode. So that was the Doobie Brothers in 1978. In 1978, Fleetwood Mac's Rumors album went #1 in the UK and also #1 in the US. The songs from that album were just unreal. Go Your Own Way, Songbird, You Make Loving Fun, Secondhand News, Dreams, and there were more. There was just awesome. Awesome. And it has a Bay Area tie. This album was recorded at the record plant in Sausalito. That's a great tie-in to this album. And then, of course, many of us went to see him at Day on the Green and enjoyed the heck out of it. The record plant in Sausalito, the Rumors album, #1. On this date in 1984, Frankie Goes to Hollywood started a 5-week run at #1 on the UK charts with their smash hit Relax. Relax. A little crazy, but they did it. On this date in 1985, the guys that put together We Are the World put their song together. They recorded We Are the World under the collective name USA for Africa. Funds were raised for the Worldwide Hunger Foundation or Worldwide Hunger Prevention. So what an awesome event that was. There is a list of people in there, a list of recording artists that are part of this album that was just, or this song that was just awesome. Awesome. In 1988, 11 years after it was released, the Sex Pistols, in 1998, their album Nevermind the Bollocks, Here's the Sex Pistols, went gold in the US. 1988. And you would have thought that music was gone, absolutely gone, but somebody bought that album to give them a gold record. So good for them. On this date in 1995, at Paul McCartney's Mill Studio in England, Yoko Ono recorded Hiroshima Sky is Always Blue with Paul and Linda McCartney and their children. How outrageous is that? After all those years, after all that heartbreak, they got together and recorded a song together. I don't know if it was a Primal Scream hit or what, because that is the only thing that I ever heard Yoko do. The Primal Scream, or at least it seemed like it. On this date in 1995, Led Zeppelin guitarist played with the Rented Lips, the Black Crowes concert in London. How do you like that? Jimmy Page just shows up and says, hey guys, how about I set in with you tonight? How awesome is that? Hey, on 1996 on Friends, Chris Isaak was a guest on that episode. In 1996, Diana Ross performed at the Super Bowl during the halftime show. That was Super Bowl 20 in Tempe, Arizona. Let's see. I think we got a couple more things to talk about. In 2002, more than 30 years after the heyday of the soul duo Sam and Dave, Sam Moore finally released a solo album, Plenty Good Lovin', the Lost solo album. And you know what? This guy was a national treasure. Just awesome. Justin, thank you for checking in. Long time. This date in 2005, legendary rock drummer Jim Cabaldi dies. If you heard the early days of Traffic and the music that they put out, this was the man pounding away on the skins. Died of stomach cancer at the age of 60. On this date in 2009, Lynyrd Skynyrd keyboard player Billy Powell died at the age of 56 of a suspected heart attack. Just another tragic death. Another death of one of the original members of Lynyrd Skynyrd. He played those keyboards masterfully. Take a listen to Freebird and Sweet Home Alabama. What a man. And he could do it. So to all of the Lynyrd Skynyrd family that is now gone, to all of you, rest in peace. Went to see Lynyrd Skynyrd and Peter Frampton playing at A Day on the Green, their last appearance in the Bay Area. I believe I just graduated from high school. I think I had just a couple months before or the month before, because this was, I believe it was on July 4th weekend. And 3 short months later, they were gone. So, Billy Powell, rest in peace. That is This Day in Music. Hey, I wanted to thank everybody for showing up for our earlier show. Justin Benton with 101 CBD was our guest, and he just did a phenomenal job, and he has products that everyone ought to check out. Go natural. God bless. Have a great evening, and I look forward to seeing you once again tomorrow with Bay Area Let's Talk. Take care. God bless. Bye.